Hey, everyone. Happy Thursday. I hope you are already having a great day. This girl is a happy camper because we are getting a ton of snow. Woo, woo, woo. I know most other people aren't excited about that. I was talking to Chelsea, my creative director, the other day. She's in Denver and they had gotten like 2 feet of snow in the past week. And she's like, I just want it to go away. So I asked her to send it here and she did. So for all of you that don't know Dr. Erin Jacobs, where have you been? I'm super excited to have her join me today for this Facebook Live. She has been in the boot camp since the very beginning. Erin is one that seems to know a lot about everything. So she's always answering questions in our boot camp Facebook group. She has spoken at my events. She has been right there actually helping me at our live events as well and killed it at the Peds boot camp. You know, I love being able to run an event and speak and feel like somebody is 7 steps ahead of me. And Erin did that in February. And so for those of you who were there, please do thank her at some point for things going so smoothly, because I have Erin to thank for that. So Erin, thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You are so welcome. So let's talk about our Women's Deep Dive High Flame Mastermind.
Yeah.
Number one, what was attractive to you about joining this mastermind, which was the first women's only mastermind that I've done?
Yeah, so the biggest thing was that it was a container and that we were safe to be able to share whatever we felt like we needed to share or get off our chest and talk through. So that was the biggest thing, is that it was a safe space.
I love that. So what makes it safe?
Well, you did. No, those are part of the rules. But the thing is that it's all women. So we all can relate in one way or another. And that keeps coming up like week after week after week, is that there's, this situation is going on in somebody's life, but we all can relate to it in one way or another. So.
And what has been the biggest thing, like when you tell others about it, what's the emphasis that you put on that is so different than, like, obviously we have our big boot camp, right? And there's intimacy there compared to like just being in an even bigger group within our profession. Then there's one-on-one coaching. What is so special about our container of 9?
Well, the biggest thing is like we're all paired up. So like my partner and I text on a regular basis. We talk once a week. So it's like an extra layer on top of knowing someone, but it's like friendship, but more. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the biggest thing, is like it provides somebody that, one, they're a chiropractor. They understand your business, because I love my friends and family, but they don't always get it because they don't, they're not there every day. Mm-hmm. They see me when I come home or they come by the office, but they're not in the grind, so to speak, every single day like we are. So I think that makes a big difference, is having somebody who is a mom, who is a wife, who is a chiropractor, who can relate to what you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis.
I love how within our container too, it's like no hiding. What has that done for you in terms of like your personal and professional growth, that there's no hiding?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you can totally look at somebody and go, you're not telling the whole truth. Like, come on, cut through the crap and let's talk about it. And I think that once you come to terms with that with yourself and in front of other people, then you realize, okay, so what are my practice members doing? What is my team doing? What are my kids doing or my husband doing? Like, let's cut through the mess and let's just tackle it and get it over with.
So let's distinguish, Erin, because most people aren't getting training on mind, thought, consciousness, right? Most individuals don't know what this means when I bring that up, right?
Right.
So, and there are groups out there that just like tear you down. Is that what we're talking about, or what's different here?
Not at all. It's more like, it's not the mentality of tearing you down at all. It's more like, okay, you know, you've got to get through this in order to get to the other side to get what you really want. So like for me, like we were talking about, like, how do we double, like for me, I want to double what I'm bringing in my practice. So how do I get to that? Well, let's sit down and reverse engineer it. So my partner and I were talking about that. Like while we were in the meeting, we're messaging back and forth. And she's like, you do that already. Like just book it out for the rest of your hours. You do that like the majority of your hours anyway. She said, that's so doable. And it's like, wow, I guess it really is. Like if you reverse engineer it and you really crunch the numbers, we're not that far from it. And then when I took it to my team, they were like, we're not working another day, are we? No, I don't want to work another day. I work the 3 days that I work, and this is what we have to do to get to our goal. And they're like, we can do that.
Yes.
Exactly. I know we can. So let's go.
Yeah. So it's easy to have, do you find it's easier to have your own buy-in, your team's buy-in, and your family's buy-in when we just take off, not only take off the mask, but we can actually look at our thinking?
Oh, for sure. And then you start to look at their thinking and you're like, okay, that's just your monkey. Stop it. And let's, like, my daughter has dance tryouts this week and she's stressed out about it. She's 11. Okay. She's stressed out about dance tryouts. So for the last 3 mornings at the bus stop, I'm like, okay, Abby, what's the worst that could happen? She's like, I don't make the team. Okay. What's the worst thing that could happen? Well, then I don't have to stay after school. Great. That means we have opportunities to do other things. And if you don't end up in the dance team at school, you take dance every week here in town. Either way, you get to dance. And she's like, huh, I guess I do, don't I? There you go. Stop your monkey.
And I love that you have the skills now to be able to, instead of just tell your daughter, don't be afraid, which that never makes any of us less afraid. Like, oh, that's all. Like, I just don't be afraid.
Switch it off. Yeah.
Yeah. You instead gave her a tool to be able to look at her thinking and to be able to see things in a new light, which really is chiropractic, right? Like
exactly.
Our body seeing new light, removing the interference so that we can fully express. And so often in our thinking, you know, we live in the feeling of our thinking, right? For those of you who aren't really sure what I'm saying, I'm just going to slow it down. We live in the feeling of our thinking. Because like in this situation, just like lots of things in practice or even in life, we say we're afraid. Well, Abby wasn't really afraid. Like wasn't a bear coming towards her. There wasn't someone holding her at gunpoint. The oxygen wasn't leaving the air around, like, you know, like her surroundings. It was her feeling of fear. And it's just a feeling. It's not a sympathetic. It was just a feeling from her thinking of, oh my gosh, what if I don't make the team? And so what happens in our mastermind then really is we just do this with a mirror. And we're like, hey, Erin, like, have you considered this? Like, what are you pretending not to know? That's like one of my most favorite questions I ask myself. And we say it all the time in our mastermind is, what are you pretending not to know? Right. What is the lie that you're believing that you've told yourself so often it looks real? Because we're all up against the same thing. We're all up against thinking that looks real to us, even though when somebody holds that up and lovingly says, like, is this really, like, is there truth here? And if it is, let's investigate it. And most of the time it's like, oh my gosh, like it's not even accurate, right? And like you said, like really, we're so often so close to the life that we want to have, right? We're so close. It's just we don't see it. So what's been the biggest benefit to you in your practice being in the mastermind?
Oh, yeah. So we're like hitting goals, blowing through our goals. Like this month, we're on tap to go 200 office visits over our goal.
200 office visits over your goal? That's incredible.
It's insane. So like we're already averaging over our goal for the year for money, for office visits, for new practice members, it's insane.
That is so great. Congratulations.
Thanks.
And is it because you like worked way more hours and put your nose to the grindstone and just go, 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 go?
My nose is fine.
Yeah, right.
No, we haven't changed our hours. We haven't added any time. We're just focused, laser focused.
I love it. Are you having more fun?
Absolutely.
So while you're depositing more money in your bank account, you're also adding more into your fun account. And to me, that's where it's at, right? Like
exactly.
Happiness leads to success. Success does not lead to happiness.
Right.
Happy people earn a bigger income. Happy people are living in, and that's our natural state is joy. Like it's not something we have to pursue. Like our natural state is joy. So it's not like avoid misery, run over here to happiness. It's your natural state. There's nothing that you have to do except that many times we have built so many of these, right? The circus is in town that it's easy to forget that our natural state is joy. Oh, you have a dog in your background. How cute.
Thanks,
and now it's that's what he thinks. So what advice do you have to somebody who hasn't been in a mastermind like this? What advice do you have? And who, so number one, what advice? And number two, who would you recommend considers applying or finding out more about it?
Yeah. So advice. It's not a place for people who don't want to share themselves. So like if you're not willing to do the work, to be involved in the group, then I wouldn't. It is definitely a place, like if you're not ready to grow, don't even consider it. So definitely for people who want to have more fun and grow at the same time, but not feel stressed out about it. And then like, I think I kind of answered both in the same question, in the same answer.
What have you discovered about yourself in Mastermind that has made like either the biggest difference or more so like led to greater ease?
Yeah. So it's learning how to take care of myself. That's the biggest thing. Like I struggle with that. It's always been a struggle. So like learning to slow down and pay attention to my body and do the things that I have to do to take care of myself so that I can have more fun and see more practice members and enjoy my life.
I love that. And for those of you listening now or who listen later, she's slowing down and caring well for herself in the flow of growth.
Oh, exactly.
See, we don't have to destroy ourselves in order to grow our business. We don't have to destroy ourselves to earn a bigger income. So Erin, how do you do that? Because the only constructs that we've been given for the most part is go harder, grind more hours, in order to really take care of ourselves. So, I mean, in order to grow our practice. So it's kind of like, so often I think people think I'm not willing to sacrifice myself in order to grow my business. I'm not willing to sacrifice my family to grow my business. And my thought is always like, who said you had to?
Had to, right. Why can't you have your cake and eat it too? You can. So like, we just do. I don't know how to explain it. So like I wanted a massage on a regular basis. And it's something that I used to do that I kind of let go because I got busy at the office. So for Christmas, that's what my husband gave me was a 12-month membership to go get a massage every month. And I just schedule it. It's the last Sunday of every month at 3:00. And it's the same masseuse. And we've got this relationship thing and he refers to me and I refer to him. And it's become a strategic partner situation. So like those kinds of things. So I try to I make it a big deal to find opportunities to do things with my kids, with my husband. Like this week, Tuesday night, Abby and I went to a painting class. That's her thing. That's what she loves to do. I'm not great at it, but I went anyway because that was quality time for the two of us. So like Mags is in the background.
Hi, Maggie.
Yeah. She didn't have school today. So this morning, oh, there she goes. Okay. You're out of the screen. All right. So this morning we went to the next town over because Abby needed an outfit for dance. So we all loaded up and we went and did that. So, I mean, we always try to find things that we can do either as a family or that I can do with the girls one-on-one time. We just make it a priority.
I love that. I love it. Like the more successful I am, the more space is available for my family.
Exactly.
The more space that's available for myself. And for those of you who are like, well, I don't get it. I know, join Mastermind and you'll get it. You'll understand it. Because it's not just like health. It's not a magic bullet.
Mm-mm.
Right? There is no magic bullet in love. There is no magic bullet in health. There is no magic bullet in success. And here's the deal. There will never be enough techniques to solve problems that don't actually exist. Never. You can never chase hard enough to solve a problem that doesn't exist. And like we talked about yesterday in the boot camp, or maybe it was in Mastermind, I can't remember who said, like which chiropractic leader said this, but we only serve about 2.38% of the entire US population on a regular basis. Less than 3% are regularly under chiropractic care. So there are lots of people for all of us to serve. So the problem isn't that there aren't enough people to serve. Maybe they're not coming into your practice, but there's no shortage of individuals. Everyone that you want to serve already exists. Those of you who serve babies, they're already a twinkle in their parents' eyes, probably. So that's number one. Number two, there isn't a shortage of money. There's $84 trillion on the planet. So Erin figured out the other day that the amount that she wants of that 84 trillion is like 0.000000005%. Like, I'm not even coming with a front end loader. I just want myself a little bit.
Just a bucket full.
Yeah, out of that 84 trillion. And so that's what we do in Mastermind. And remember that it's about expanding awareness. So when you expand your awareness, you expand your consciousness, and everything you want, you realize is already there. Like, you just aren't seeing it. And I love Mastermind that it's not add more things to your schedule. It's not work harder. And yet there's just massive expansion and just ease.
Thank you, Mama.
Ease. So as we wrap this up, Erin, what final words do you want to say to those who are watching now or who will watch this later? Like, specifically talk to them like woman to woman. Why is the Mastermind the best place for them to be over the next 6 months?
It's a space for you to learn more about yourself and the things that you let get in your way, all the monkeys it's a way for you to learn your monkeys and how to get rid of them. But by doing that and learning that information about yourself, you learn it in other people, so that not only do you get help for yourself, any relationship that you're in is better because of that, with your practice members, with your spouse, with your kids, with your parents. I mean, whatever relationship, it touches every aspect of your life. So I think that's important. And then the other thing is you learn how to take that, and then you realize I'm a lot more powerful than I think I am. There's a lot more can do. with a lot less stress and a lot more fun.
I love that. Expansion in all of the yummy parts of life.
Yeah.
And congratulations to you. I'm super, super proud of you. It's been such a fun journey, and I think we're only halfway through. I'm really excited for our topics that are coming up. For those of you who are watching this now or watch it later, it's not therapy.
Oh no.
This isn't just like, let's get together and complain. This is like, let's really take a look at our living. I'm thinking about adding in a topic I haven't even, like, this is the first time I'm even going to talk about it, and that's intimacy.
Oh, I think that would be great because we were talking about that during the conversation last Tuesday. My partner and I were talking about that, and I was like, wonder if that's going to come up. So yeah, I think you should.
Intimacy. So, intimacy with our spouse, intimacy with our children, intimacy with ourselves. So, I'm, even if I have to add in an extra one, I've really learned a lot over the last couple of years about intimacy, and I'm excited to share with all of you and to see where you're at. And that's another thing I love about our mastermind is not one person has all of the answers, but together we have figured out and uncovered and unearthed so many awesome golden nuggets that it's really been fun to watch everyone's lives just radically change. And the invitation, like Maddie said the other day, it's hard, and yet it's so exciting. Like, I'm so excited for Mastermind. Every time, so we do it twice a month for those that don't know, because I know they're going to be amazing breakthroughs every single time we're together. So, Erin, thank you so much. If you're watching this and you'd like to know more about Masterminds, shoot me an email, drb@drbarbaraeaton.com. Our next one starts April the 26th. We have a test drive April the 13th. I have a really special, for those who are committed to the test drive, and those who are in Mastermind now, on April the 6th, we're doing a 2-hour family legacy workshop and mastermind that is really going to be exceptional. So thank you so much, Erin. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your family. God bless you.
Bye.
See you. Wait, don't go.